All right, thanks, guys. Happy Wednesday to you. We are currently 25-1 in our last 26 daily double picks on patreon.com/Brock Page. We're also hitting 79% on the college football season. You can obtain that information at patreon.com/Brock Page. The link for that site is in the description section below. All right, guys, we got ourselves a very small, very abbreviated slate of NHL action, but we do have a couple interesting matchups here. So let's go ahead and dive in. Beginning with Montreal taking on Buffalo, and that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Buffalo. The Sabres are minus 115, totals 6 flat. Now, we did see a 15-cent fade of Buffalo and movement upward on the total. The Sabres open $1.30 down to 115. Total open 5.5 up to 6. 61% are leaning Sabres. 72% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Canadiens are minus 105 on the money line. Buffalo plus 220, laying the goal and a half. Buffalo's 2-0-1 on the year, and their offense is averaging over 4 goals per contest. Now, Montreal on the other side, they gave up 9 goals in their first 2 games combined. And when it comes to the total, both teams are 2-0 to the over. So I'm going to lean Buffalo Sabres minus $1.15 and the over 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Devils, Flyers, 7:30 South Philly. The Flyers are minus 130, total at 6. Not a whole lot of movement on the total. We did see a 20-cent fade of the Flyers in the early wagering. Philadelphia open $1.50 down to 130, totals at 6. 54% of the consensus is leaning toward the Flyers. 65% leaning toward the under. Right now, the Devils are plus $1.10 on the money line. Philadelphia plus $1.95, laying the goal and a half. The Devils have not gotten a win in 2 games yet this year. They're 0-1-1 thus far on the season. They allowed 12 total goals in their first 2 games. Meanwhile, Philadelphia on the other side, 5-3-2 in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with New Jersey. And when it comes to the total, both teams are 3-0 to the over combined. So I'm going to lean Philadelphia minus 130 and the over 6 goals in that game. And we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Los Angeles Kings taking on the Canucks. 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Vancouver. The Canucks are minus 155, total 5.5. Saw a 20-cent fade of Vancouver. No movement on the total as of yet. The Canucks open $1.75 down to 155. Totals at 5.5. 61% are leaning Vancouver. 82% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Kings are plus 135 on the money line. Vancouver plus $1.85, laying the goal and a half. Vancouver's just 2-8 in their last 10 hockey matchups, taking on a member of the Pacific Division. So once again, Vancouver just 2-8 in their last 10, taking on the Pacific Division. They scored only 2 goals total in 2 games. They're 0-2 straight up on the year. Meanwhile, the Kings on the other side, they are averaging 4.5 goals per contest. They're coming off a very nice 4-3 victory over Calgary. When it comes to the total, the Kings are 2-0 to the over on the season. I'm going to lean LA Kings plus $1.35 and the over 5.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and slide into our quick pick recaps brought to you by patreon.com/Brock Page. We're going to lean Kings plus 135 over 5.5, Flyers minus 130 over 6, and Buffalo minus 115 over 6 in that game. All right, let's slide into our quick shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/Brock Page. Got to give a shout-out to Joe Me the Money, Adam D. Ford, Marquise Foster, Jay Norman, Tiernan Stevens, Brian Titties, Square Steam PS4. Got to give a shout out to Hambone from Hargroves, Louisiana. Shout out to Antonio Romero, Jazian Larice, Quam 90210. Shout out to Chris Kittrell, Eric Card, Zach Dirks, and Proline Master, who has an excellent YouTube channel of his own. That's the Proline Master. Also got to give a shout out to 2 very good friends of mine, the Sport 78 and Steve Weish. And we're also going to give a big shout out to Cordarius Douglas, who loves himself some NHL. So whenever we're just even a little bit late with our NHL pick video or we don't do it, I hear from Cordarius, always in good fun and always with nothing but love. So shout out to you, Q-Dog. Always good to see Quadarius Douglas in the comments section. And finally, we're going to wrap this thing up with a shout out to Vinny Smooth. And last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Frank Nitti. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We are 25-1 in our last 26 daily double plays. We're also hitting 79% on the college football season. We do daily plays on that website, and they begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of different memberships and packages that you can subscribe to. There's also plenty of free content there as well, including my current record in all these different memberships and categories. You can check that out in the link below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for watching me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Wednesday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.